so much. And yeah, who's ready to get hype about financial freedom is feminine? Let's hear it. Thanks so much for having us. This as a panel came together today, so thanks so much to our lovely panelists and all of you here in the audience for our impromptu takeover. We're going to do a quick panel, and then if we have time at the end, we'll actually ask if anybody from the audience that is in Shefi wants to share how Shefi has been meaningful to them, rather than ask questions, because we have a lot of great members here. So, Maggie Love, founder of Shefi, and at Shefi, we empower women and non-binary folks to unlock financial freedom through crypto education, experimentation, and a global community. And today's panel is going to be about Shefi, about our members' experience, and about what they're doing in Web3 and how Shefi has supported them on their journey. I'll let each of them quickly introduce themselves now.
Hi everyone, I am Jules. I am one of the co-founders of Enso Collective. We are a digital social closet that is being built on Lens Protocol. I joined Shefi actually last year, and I met Maggie at DevCon in October, I think it was. And I've literally been obsessed with like coming up with new ideas every single day on how we could grow the community and also host more events. So yeah.
Hi, I'm doubtstars.eth. Those are my boys in the back. Wait, what am I'm supposed to? Oh, I am the co-founder of tokenomicsexplained.com with my husband. It is a DeFi education and consulting service. And that's actually how I ended up finding Maggie and Shefi, is because obviously I'm interested in DeFi education. So this is my first ETH Denver. Yeah, I was just saying this is my coming out because, as I said, I was an anonymous person on the internet, which is why I go by my pseudonym. And so, but I go by my pseudonym now because that's literally how everyone knows me. So anyway.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mayra, also known as Mayraverse in some capacities. I'm newly marketing lead at Divalabs, which is a brand new liquid staking protocol that focuses on distributed validation technology. And if you want to learn more about that, you can always ask me. But Shefi is kind of the core of like where I learned a lot of the DeFi education. And I was part of cohort 4, which seems so long ago now because they're on cohort 8 with 600 women again. And it just feels like I've been kind of Shefi's biggest fan since the beginning. And then finally joined a cohort, and I'm just happy to be part of the supportive community. So.
Hey guys and girls, I'm Greski, and I lead monetization and partnerships for a platform called Permission.io. We're a tokenized loyalty reward platform and enable brands and projects to reach Web3 users and drive their business growth. I've been in the space for about a year and a half. I came from Web2 and big tech at Facebook and Meta and Roblox, and really excited to be in Web3 and even more excited to build community with women. And Maggie, thank you for your leadership. I am brand new to Shefi, but I am definitely a huge fan of empowering women and bringing each other up and collaborating and supporting each other and enabling men to be our allies. So really excited to be here and talk more about Web3 and Shefi.
Amazing. Let's give it up for this incredible group of panelists. And it's just a slice of the really incredible network that we're building within Shefi of really passionate women who are here to change what Web3 looks like. So I talk about all the time why I think what Shefi is doing is important, but I would love to hear from each of you, like what is the importance of this community onboarding, of this space, and of our higher values in Shefi?
So I actually started my Web3 journey around 2 years ago. I went to literally all the crypto conferences and to every networking event I could. What I think about Shefi, when I first met Maggie, it was amazing to, one, meet in person because we always have these online communities and we talk all the time and we make new friends, we ask for advice, and I think that's one of the biggest assets we have here in the Web3 space and also with Shefi. And literally, I think one of my favorite things about Shefi is our chat that we have on Telegram, even though it's chaotic. It's so nice to be able to literally ask any question, ask for advice, then meet in person and actually like have this like in-person connection, and then also the events. I think I live for the events. If you haven't been to one of our parties, I swear you're missing out.
So I come from the ETH Finance Reddit community, the ETH Staker Reddit community, and the Rocket Pool Discord. So, which is why I am an anonymous person. It probably makes more sense now, Maggie. So I had been there. My husband is very involved in that community. It's really well known, and so he was so sneaky on how he got me into crypto. So, like I said, my background is in Web 2, learning and development, and instructional design. And so it's really funny. He sent me a Coinbase Learn invite and said, oh, you should check out how they do learning and development. And then that was downhill from there. So, because he was already in the crypto space. So that was about 2018 that I really started getting involved. And then as I really am trying to make this transition into Web3 as my full-time learning and development job, like I said, that's how I found Shefi. And the thing that has been so great about Shefi, aside from the education, and as we'll talk, you guys will hear, but Maggie does an amazing job. She spends hours doing this. And I asked her earlier with what time. So she probably doesn't sleep.
I have a time turner.
Okay. And but the community has been amazing. Somebody was asking, and I said, think about it this way. As a woman coming to a crypto conference, having that community, having that Telegram chat, being I saw people grabbing brunches and just meeting up and hey, I'm at this party, all of that, it makes you feel so much safer and that you feel there's a place for you.
I kind of want to go into a little bit of the idea of decentralization, the topic of decentralization in this space. But I want to extend that to inclusivity because I feel like that's something that Shefi does really well that not a lot of people talk about. I mean, with these new niche technologies that people are building, what is the most difficult thing is that there's such a high barrier of entry. Obviously, education is at the center of that. And if we have people, especially women and non-binary folk who are wanting space and we need wanting to have their space, we need to make space for them. And that's something that Shefi does, I think, really well. And especially you need a supportive community, especially in this space. I have been in DAO tooling for the past 3 years with Mochi. I don't know if any of you have heard about that, but it also is another little group that kind of tries to boil down these topics, but without the core learnings that we learn in Shefi, there's no way I think that you're able really to expand on that. But having a supportive community surrounding you, I think encourages expanding beyond what you feel comfortable with. Because I mean, let's just say this entire space is not comfortable and in many different ways. However, I think seeing another Shefi face and seeing Shefi women on stage, and then also seeing them at these different events on the side is not only comforting, but it's also encouraging to help you step outside your own boundaries. So that's kind of how Shefi has really pushed me personally.
What I love is that all day long I hustle at work, and then all night long too. But on Mondays and Wednesdays from 5:30 to 7, I get to show up for Shefi. And I get to learn, and I get to sit back and take in the concepts. And I love that I don't have to be anywhere except exactly where I am in the space. And so it's very humbling to sit back and be surrounded by an amazing community, Maggie's awesome energy, and learn. And I think that that's in addition to what everyone said here, but it's really such an invitation to be right where you are. And it's making more sense day by day. Even though I've been in the space now a year and a half, I'm ready to contribute and build myself and not just bring my expertise and hustle in the marketplace, but actually also be a contributor. And so I'm excited to learn and see what I can create. I never thought of myself as a techie, but why not?
I love that. Why not? And that's where I had been in the tech space before, and I had gotten into blockchain in 2016, full-time 2017. And I was like, I can learn these concepts. Like, I can dedicate the time. I'm not going to let anybody tell me I can't. And then, you know, if I wasn't I'm not an engineer. I'm not even a person with a traditional financial background. And I was like, if I can do this, then I can be an example that we all can do it. And that's really the core of Shefi. It's that belief that you can learn something new. It doesn't matter what you went to school for or what the, you know, last job you were working in is. It's like, we're all new to Web3 and blockchain. It was just invented in like 2009. So, you know, there are some experts out there. There are deep math cryptographers, but a lot of us are brand new. And so we can take that time and space to learn, dedicate, and believe in our own personal reinvention. Then we can really make great things happen. So that's really the invitation we do bring to Shefi. And we have some people who've been in the space for longer and for shorter, and it doesn't matter because they're there to help you. And that's really the beauty of it too. And we have people from all over the world and all different ages as well. And I think that's a really beautiful piece of Shefi. I would like to know a bit like what you're doing now and how Shefi might have helped you, whether it was like a specific lesson or the community or just overall some of the other programming we offer might have helped you feel more comfortable or confident with what you're doing now.
Okay, so it's actually amazing because my whole team is from Shefi and we're a part of Shefi, which is incredible. They're all over there. One, I'm like, Maggie, I'm like, did you know that my whole team is from Shefi? And she's like, that's great. And I was like, we should have like a founders, because also there's so many other amazing founders in Shefi. And I think I say this all the time about like founders therapy. It's so important to talk to other founders, whether you're fundraising or you're trying to get product market fit or launching an alpha, which we did on Thursday, which is insane. All the beanies, we're like connecting it to our digital closet, which is called Enso. It has been amazing because literally like just having this community and being able to talk to them, to communicate, to ask for feedback, especially like when you're just starting any kind of business, I think it's incredible. But yeah, Shefi has been, I think the best out of everything is like support, and Maggie's also super positive. She never she'll take your call or answer my messages at like the middle of the night, and I'm like,
No more of that.
I'm like,
She has the time turner, remember?
but it's literally like the best thing for any kind of founder, and also to meet other founders in the space. But yeah.
Comment, Jules has helped with a lot of our events, which is why we're collaborating so closely, but also something that I think as like the Shefi community has either gotten a sponsorship or paid to have access to everything I'm here to offer, which is not only my education from being here for a while, it's my social capital, it's helping you get jobs, it's events, it's like all of that. And if you're not in Shefi, I'm so sorry, you have way less access to me. Because if you're committing to me, I'm going to commit to you. And that's why I'm not like in every DAO. I think we have this belief in crypto that you can be in like 15 DAOs. And you can if you're contributing, but if you're a leader of a specific organization, I think you kind of have to pick and choose. So that's why I kind of do that. It's gonna get harder as we scale. We're at 1,500 now, which is amazing. But I do try to make myself available for my community. Because I think that's like, and I just want to say one last thing on community. We use the word community like, you know, it's like, oh, it's almost like the new American, like, I love you. It's like, we just say the word community and not every group is building a community. And I think I really want to intentionally think about like what community looks like. And that requires leaders being involved in the community. So if you're thinking about starting something and you really do want to anchor on community, figure out what that means for you and the type of community you want to build. Is it followers? Is it brand ambassadors? Is it an audience? Is it users? Or is it community? So that's a little where my philosophy is on that.
I think it's good that I'm following up that because a lot of where I'm building right now is in community. So aside from my the tokenomicsexplained.com, I am the director of programming for a decentralized anonymous vacation for the Ethereum community. So we hosted our first event in 2022 that came out of the ETH Finance Reddit community. And I'm also part of so there's a DAO associated with that called Luau DAO, because we hosted our first event in Hawaii in 2022. We're hosting our next event in 2024. We're working on that right now. We're using our NFT that we gave away as part of our tickets, but also allowing our community to mint as well. And that NFT is going to be used to vote for our next location. So, and that's called hodlercon.com is the name if you want to check it out. The other thing I'm working on, because like you said, I am part of another NFT community called EV Mavericks that came out of the ETH Finance community as well. And I am building a onboarding for Rocket Pool node operators called Rocket School. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity.
Let's get that into Shefi.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that people are doing great stuff. And when you are part of these other communities, you bring in stuff from the other communities that you're working on. And so having women know about being a node operator and what that looks like and how to become a node, you were literally just talking about this. I was sitting there and I was like, well, we're gonna have to talk later. But yeah, so like that's the thing about Shefi is that it's centralizing people that are out in different parts of the community, and we are building a community and bringing the different things that we're out there doing to Shefi. And then I think in a lot of ways, it's going to help elevate Shefi, but also like it helps elevate us as women and as founders and as creators and as builders. And it also gives us support, which is really, 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 really important.
Yeah, I love how I get to collaborate with so many incredible women now. Like after every call I have with someone jamming on an idea, I'm like, wow, that's the most energizing call ever. I can't wait. And it's all from this community. So there's like so much opportunity, and it really like brings me joy, like much more than any other work call.
So for me, in my punchy one-liner for Diva earlier, talking about a new liquid staking solution, you know, building and powered by distributed validation technology, I was like, what are those words? What do they mean? Actually basically started in this role a month ago, and I was like, I don't know anything about the staking ecosystem, like full transparency, and like, I'm just sharing this because I think that what we don't really realize too is that other people are really in the same place that you are. But what Shefi really helped was give me the confidence that I did not think that I had to learn this new niche technology. And obviously I'm not building in the background, but what my role is having to translate this new jargon where people are constantly making up new words, right? They're constantly making up new scary words for different types of attacks and different types of ways for people to, like, again, lower the barrier of entry for people to participate. Because, I mean, what validation is, you know, and liquid staking is that, I mean, everything is in order to secure the blockchain to become censorship resistant, and to be network resilient. You know, these are just like words, again, like that I'm throwing out, but these are things that in Shefi, they truly teach women and non-binary folks so that whenever they enter into a space or they enter into a conversation, they have the full confidence that they have the knowledge or they have the ability to learn because Shefi really lowers that barrier of entry by just providing a warm atmosphere for everyone. And on that token, I did mention I did start a month ago, but the job search, you know, in Web3, a big thing in Shefi is there are a lot of women that are trying to bridge from Web 2 to Web 3 jobs. It's not that they don't have the skills, it's that the learning curve is so steep, even for people who have been in this space for a while. Like I said, I was in DeFi, or I was in DAO tooling for the past 3 years, and we're talking about these terms more simply. However, when you transition to a brand new role in a brand new project, everyone is doing something that's a little bit different. And so you really just have to go in with your foundation that you're given, but the source of that I think is extremely important, and especially when you're constantly hearing all of these words everywhere. And so I basically turned to the Shefi job board, the Shefi job page, just to get advice from different women, like what does even applying for something, a position like this that's not even posted, look like? What is it like to interview for positions like this? What is it like to advocate for yourself? When you know what you need and you live where you live to be happy, there are just different pieces that, that honestly, like I have been jumping through so many hoops, but what we need to do is either lower the hoops or get rid of them entirely, because that's how how people think the rest of the world works. But what really we're trying to do is continue to build on top of the technology, build on top of Ethereum specifically for Diva. But it's clear that this world is daunting. The Web3 world is daunting. But when you join a community like Shefi, nothing is daunting anymore. You can finally calm down, and yeah, you can get on stage and be really shaky, but when you're speaking from your experience that Shefi gives you, you're really just, you move with the confidence with the other women around you, feeling fully supported. So I keep saying, you know, like you feel supported, but that's like what this whole thing is about, and I just keep rambling on, but I mean, you'll find out later on about me. I could go on and on about how Shefi has affected my life, and it continues to affect my life, and it continues to affect what I do. So yeah, I did not need memos, but yeah, go for it. Yes, I'm learning from Lauren. Actually, I just talked to her earlier, and I'm learning from you.
I mean, that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
I think my perspective, because I'm new to the Shefi community and so jazzed about it, so excited, but the culture piece to me is so important, and I come from a background where I've always tried to play a part, be someone else, make it look good, make it sound good, be the smartest person in the room because I was afraid to be wrong or ask a stupid question. And what I experience in Shefi and Web3 is that I get to be me. And so I'm like doing things like, I mean, I'm wearing boots instead of high heels. That's different for me, right? I'm wearing a leopard shirt on stage instead of a blazer that I took off before I came up here, which is new for me. And like, I look around and I see everyone's really awesome style and like unique self, and I'm so inspired by it. I feel myself getting emotional right now, but like, it's like, I feel like I'm like breaking out of a lot of the constraints I put into what I was supposed to be, and now like who the F I wanna be. And what I also love is that I kind of have this feeling like, I hope this resonates with people, but it's like kind of a sorority feeling where like we wear the same letters, like we got the same songs, we sing the same chants, like we're a fam now. And that is so cool that I just feel like I can come up to you fully myself, and we're already friends because we're connected via Shefi. And I think that's really something unique and special, especially in the business world. And the last thing I'll say, one thing I'm learning, and I learned this from men, so thank you, men, for setting a great example. You ask for what the F you want.
Yeah.
And as women, and I'm like a pretty bold woman, but I don't always just ask for what I want. Like, why do we have to schedule a meeting later? We're here right now. Let's just ask for what we want right now. And so I'm really inspired by that also with the Shefi community, because I feel like we're like, okay, let's just get this done. Like, let's just hash this out. And I think that's something that's really special as well.
Yeah, I really love that. Yeah, claps all around. No, and I'm just really loving this panel because it is, I feel like just we're just like talking with you all. We're not up here like shilling anything. I feel like the panel is being very vulnerable.
We're just shilling Shefi.
We're just shilling Shefi. No, but I think that what Shefi offers is this space to be real. Like I say, my biggest mistake, every new cohort that onboards, I joined Consensus in 2017, and I was like way too afraid to ask about MetaMask because like the MetaMask team was in Consensus, and I was like, I gotta figure it out myself. And all that time I waited to figure it out myself, you know, I lost out on potential opportunities. So asking questions, being real, showing up as yourself is just a really big part of it. And wherever you are, like we're here to be here for you. Okay, so we only have a couple minutes left. Is there anything else you want to share about your experience? If not, maybe I'll ask someone sitting in the crowd too.
I'm just really excited to throw another event.
Another event. Catch us at NFT NYC.
And ECC Paris.
Yes, big events.
And we're gonna make it so big, it's literally gonna be like...
You can't put us together because we have too many ideas, but really once again, focused on our community, bringing incredible people from both the technical, business, and venture space to our Shefi community. And so it's going to be, and more swag, more merch. So it's going to be great. Yes.
Oh, always more merch. It's also so incredible, sorry, to just see everyone with the Shefi beanies all around East Denver, because you always know that you have a friendly face. I literally like spot it out and I take a picture every single time. It's amazing.
I'm looking forward to the Web3 onboarding of like the major population into Web3. I was in an Uber and the guy was like, Web3, crypto, you're those people? And he was like, I'm never gonna use it. And I was like, I literally said, you'll never know. And he was like, what? And I was like, you'll never know because we're gonna build it on the blockchain. It's gonna be a D-app, it's gonna be a front end, it's gonna be beautiful, and you'll never even know.
I like that, wow. I'm glad you got home safe. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
I just wanted to briefly say that if you're a woman or non-binary in the crowd right now, and you're not currently part of Shefi, Shefi is women and non-binary people from all walks of life, any age, any industry, like Web 2, trying to even bridge into Web 3, or if you're already in the Web 3 space and you're looking for a group of badass women who are building and balling for the rest of their life, please join and talk to any of us. And every woman with a Shefi beanie hat on, I'm sure can tell you the same. So just quickly.
Woo, building and balling for the rest of
I
our
can be
lives.
like Vanna White to the audience with my mic if you'd like.
Yeah, does anybody wearing a beanie want to share anything about Shefi or your experience? Yes. Stand up, stand up.
So I'll just
Thank
say,
you.
in addition to community and everything that's been mentioned, one thing that is a big part of Shefi is continuous improvement and continuous learning. And so after cohort 7, we got a survey saying, hey, what do you think we could do better? What did you like? And there's new initiatives and new things to get involved with. I'm a Shefi city lead now, so we're trying to become more of a DAO-like structure and be decentralized in our meetups. And there's just a lot of innovation that happens, even if you're not like directly going into Web3. It's like a very energizing part of my life that I don't get in my daily work. So, yeah.
Woo. Yes, we take feedback very seriously. Every cohort, we ask what was good, and I kind of look at those, and we look at what wasn't so good, and we send an email out to everybody who responded, and we're like, here's the way we're fixing this. We talk to our community, we talk to our potential, continued engaged members, and so if you're also building something in the Web3 space, talk to your customers. Or if you want to talk to customers, we have a lot, potential ones, we have a lot of them in Shefi.
Hey everyone, so happy to be here. This is my first ETH Denver. I was at Bogota and I met a lot of people, and that's when I found out about Shefi. And I joined cohort 7 late, and so I had a little bit of catching up to do, and I am a non-technical person. I work in nonprofit work with lots of people who know nothing about any of this. And so I was a little intimidated about, could I learn? Was it possible? And I will tell you, I'm a student, I'm a person who loves to learn, and this course, like it said, gives you so much energy and teaches you so much because, you can hear it from a lot of ways, but Maggie's like a professional educator, right? So we actually are being taught by somebody who knows how to teach, and for being someone with a full-time job, who has my life, who have my children, who has to do laundry, who has to make sure kids are in bed, this fits into my schedule. And I could not be more appreciative of that because we all have something. And to build a second career is really, really hard. And so this has been just like, I have never felt, A, supported like this, but B, like, I don't feel let down at any point. And I want to thank Susie for recommending Shefi to me.
Woo! We love Susie.
Thank you.
Also, can we please give a round of applause to Maggie for putting this together and bringing us together?
I love it. I'm passionate about it. Please, Adrian, come up and...
I know we've got 30 seconds, so I'll pass the mic quick, but I am Adrian, head of DAO, and I just want to say thank you again to these ladies. I'm a single mom with 3 kids, and something that Shefi has brought me is the idea that financial freedom can start at any age. And I've been in Web3 for about 18 months. I've been working full-time in Web3 for almost a year, and this core group of ladies here is the place where you ask all the questions and you learn as you go. And everyone is so supportive and really like what Lauren was saying, what everyone was saying, like you unmask of what the expectation, the systemic constructs of what you are as a woman, and you show up as you are right now today. And it's been an amazing group. So thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And also, like, do what you love. I love it. So if you've been waiting to do that thing you love, just put your whole heart into something and something magical can happen. That's it. Thank you.